You brought up, how y'all came together, and I did want to ask, how did this start? What brought y'all together? And then how did that lead into not only the podcast, but now the book?
Well, the comments is what brought us together. So I saw Lori taking some heat. She does tend to be, out of the three of us, I think you get a lot of heat. We all get our fair share, but you've gotten used to it. But Lori was getting some, just by nature of her role in adoption, being an adoptive parent, and there's a lot of hurt, justifiably from different, wrongs and things that have happened before, and it tends to get projected, and we all know what that's like. We see it. But something was particularly really harsh, and I had been doing some writing on Lori's blog, and so I knew her. We had a relationship. I think at first I texted you, and then we ended up on the phone. I just wanted to check in. She's a human being. So I just started with, "Are you okay? How are you doing?" And then we started talking, and we just had one of those conversations. We were just like, why is it so hard to work together and reach across the aisles? Because we actually do need, there's power dynamics, yes, and we had to work through those and maneuver through those to do a 3-year plus project. But we also, let's work through them. We are all adults now. We're adults in adoption. Let's be adults and work toward reform, work toward understanding, work to listen to each other and make some change, because we all can agree that there is change needed. So that's how we started. We kind of cheekily at the end of that long, passionate call said, we should write a book together. Ideas are flowing.
Seed planted.
It's always the joke. Oh, we should do this. And then 3 years later, here it is.
Yep. So, and we also knew we wanted a birth mom. We were at a conference only a couple of months later. We heard Kelsey speaking, and, diversity is really important to us. So partly, it's kind of fun to say the generational thing, but there is thought behind that, we appreciate the diversity we have in age and perspective. We appreciate that Kelsey is closer to having placed, and she was even closer 3 years ago. And so she knows the current landscape, and it's really important for all of us to know the current landscape, because it is changing and evolving. And when you look at history of adoption, and you can see trends and follow them, but it's really important to stay current on what's going on. So, and immediately we saw that. We were at a conference, Kelsey was speaking, and Lori and I were texting within a couple minutes, I think she's the birth mom. Okay, we're going to write this book. We invited her to write the book, and
she didn't say no.